Yo, what's up? I'm about to do another trade recap. I made about 400 points today. Here's my setup with my trade. Didn't top tick the high, but overall, pretty decent setup. Made about $400 on my thunder today with two minis. But yeah, let's go to the breakdown. So, what I saw was on. Where am I? Yesterday, built this range overnight, kind of just chopped normal, no big swing, so I figured today wasn't going to be crazy volatile, but I still found a setup. And zoomed in pre-market, marked out our most recent swing low, which was this level, and our swing high, which was this level. Also saw this big fair value gap right here that I marked out. See it better on the 5, which was my TP. The top of this box was my TP, and I exited literally right there as it to finish my trade, which also this sweep down would have been a really beautiful trade. As soon as we undercut the EMA, sweep below, could have been a 700 point, but I was off before that. Basically what I saw going into the market was that we're in a big range pretty much. I mean, if you look at this, we've been chopping around this range all night long, ping pong and ping pong and ping pong. We're up, push down, sweep the most recent lows pre-market, and then we had these wicks. So I knew this whole area was going to be hard to fill orders. And as soon as market opened, we pushed down. Well, actually, we pushed up really quick, swept this high, and rejected the fair value gap from the overnight. And once we undercut this 9 EMA, I figured that we were going to continue lower for a little while. So I started watching for a setup for a pullback. I wanted to catch the pullback back to equilibrium or just back above the moving averages, but I got a little more than what I wanted. I really wanted to target this range right here just for, how many points would that have been? Like 200 points, but instead I kept trailing my stop up. My entry, all I did was watch moving averages, watch this come down. We had a really drastic move down, went sideways, swept this low, immediately rebounced this low with a lot of volume. So I figured trend switch was going to be soon. What do? We start closing above the moving averages. Right, we close above the 9 right here. We're under it, going down. Start bouncing around. It goes sideways. And what do? We break above it, hold it for a couple minutes, and I think on the 3 minute is where I got my actual entry. So I bought off of, 3 minute. And as soon as we closed above it this time frame, no, it was the 2 minute that I got my entry off of, because we closed above it. Right here. As soon as we started closing above it, I got my buy. And after about 10 minutes, I think our trade was done. A little bit longer than that. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes-ish. Trade was done. Moved pretty well. I got a pretty good entry, as you can see. I kind of immediately got pushed way up into profit. And once we closed above this moving average, I wanted to hold for longer. So once we closed above this moving average, I trailed my stop all the way up to about, once we closed above this level right here, I moved my stop to break even. But then once we got this red candle, I didn't know if it was going to come back down, so I moved my stop to this high just so I can ensure profit for the day. Then next 5 minutes, we push into this area and then reject it. So I knew that it was very, very bearish. There's a lot of orders resting up here, but after that, got a level that closed above here, and then I was really just waiting for my take profit to hit, which took another like 15 minutes, and then ultimately just ticked to the top of this, and I was out. It might have been this candle or this candle, but sometime around here. Decent setup, not the best, but overall got pretty nice amount of points. Good risk to reward. Got like a 1 to 5. Yeah, I don't know. This market's very questionable right now, in my opinion. Some of my long-term positions are looking good, better. They're getting some volatility back into them. These are kind of the setups. Almost got stopped out of Robinhood. We're bouncing back. Added some more shares down here. Same thing. Zeta's going down, but it's all okay because these are all setting up. I'm gonna keep dollar cost averaging. Really need NVIDIA to make its mind up if it wants to go lower or higher. We're in a really big wedge. for the market. This is a pretty good trade, just because oil's high. But overall, with all the news right now, it's very questionable. I mean, look at the volatility in these 2 days, and then this one's way thinner, and then look at today. We've literally done nothing. And we continue to close below the moving averages, which makes me think we're just going to keep trailing down until all this news stops. I mean, if you want to trade trend lines, you can easily mark off just a falling wedge. Needs to continue to fall, get tighter, and then eventually we'll go sideways and then bounce out. But we also haven't been testing these levels in a while. It's been months. It's been since November. So whatever. But overall, I'd give it like maybe a 2.5 star trade out of 5. Not very good, to be honest. Not very ideal, but it worked. Took a quick short and made about $400 off funded.